Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. I got somebody in the room, so I'll come on for Jan. Jan's in my room tonight, so I'll come in and keep you company till it's time to start. We'll just have a little chit chat. Howdy do. It's going to be a live video chat show for adults because we do like to use dangerous tools like scissors and heat guns and dangerous electrical items. So, if you're watching this at a later time and you want to zip through the boring parts to get to the fun parts, I invite you to do so. In the meantime, we are going to interact with the chat room and we will see who else is in here. I think Mina's here too. Let me find y'all. Let me get y'all in here. Turn this volume down because it always messes up. Here we go. Hi, Nashwall. Hi, girls. I am a few minutes early just for you guys. Yep. So if there's anything that you all want me to pay attention to or talk to you about, I am right here for you. I am right here looking to put a place, put my chat room there so I can see it. Howdy do, howdy do. Hi, Sherry. Sherry's here. I thought of something to just about 15 minutes ago, and I'm going to run it by you girls first. Um, you know, we have been advertising the scavenger hunt since New Year's by Janet Young, and there are 100 prompts on this list. And I was wondering if anybody was having a hard time committing to 100, maybe we can do something special for those people who would like to commit to, say, 10 or 20 prompts. And if that's the case, we can fix that up for you. If you can't commit to 100 prompts, then maybe you can commit to 10 or 20 prompts as our own personal private goal. And you wouldn't be included in her contest. Of course, she's having a contest. Everybody who finishes all 100 prompts will be put in another drawing on April the 1st. You will not be able to participate in that, but I could put you in a little mini scavenger hunt and do a mini list for those of you who are just having a hard time committing to the 100. And I thought, well, it's all about the art. It's not about how big the project is. I love this project. I love the challenge. It is overwhelming and it's fun for me. I love going and seeing how many things I can find, and I could probably cut off about 5 of these right now and glue them into my book. Real easy, real easy. But I don't know. I was just thinking about those uh, that were having a hard time and that weren't included. They're not included into this big hunt because they can't do that many, But 10 or 20 prompts might be up a lot of people's alley. And if that's the case, I'll make up a list of 20 prompts and post it in my Facebook group for the short list. We could call it the mini scavenger hunt. And it would be for those who uh you know to include everybody. Hi, Natty. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Janet. Hello there. Hello, hello. Mina's got to take a phone call. Okay, go talk on the phone. So anyway, I found uh this in my paper dolls, and it says here, paper doll men in thongs. A paper doll, and then it says men in thongs. So I've got the paper doll part, And I'm going to put his underwear right here. And I think I've got a piece of red paper right here. We'll do it in red. Yeah, we'll give him we'll give him something to. We'll put him a little speedo. I'm just going to make him a speedo. I'm not going to do a thong. Oh, yes, listen to the news. I totally get that, Janet. Go ahead. Give us a report on the Hamilton football player. I would love to hear some news on that. So we can give him a little bit more of a scoop. So here's my paper doll, and here's my man, and here's his thong. And that's just the way I'm going to do it. And she said that there was no right or wrong in any of these prompts. It was just your interpretation of what you see. Okay? So if that's all I'm going to put on my prompt, then that's all he's going to get. I could put a head on him. I can put a head on him. He's in a medical coma last night. As of last night, I heard that. That's just to keep him quiet. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Janice. I've been Googling it and trying to find a new update on it. And of course, we'll be the last to know. The family will know more first, of course, and that's fine. That is fine. So, yeah, we're going to give this guy uh, some outerwear. Hmm. I thought about uh, putting on the backside of the paper doll of the paper clothing, draw the backside of a man. Oh, a vintage is anything over a long years. Anything from our childhood, I would say, is vintage. Early childhood, an older style cartoon, uh, Mother Goose, and that's probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Mother Goose book. So anyway, this is going to be that's going to be it. I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. Yeah, 70s would be fine. Whatever you grew up with as a little girl, early. There's no date. Vintage is antique is what 30 years is antique. I don't know if there's a particular how many years is vintage. Hello, Raul. Welcome, welcome. Kathy's here. Malaya's here. Hi, Pam. Hi, Chris. Hi, Bonnie. We're going to get some new people in here tonight. I am early. I am early, and I came on just to talk about the hunt a little bit. I never did get a feedback on the mini hunt, but I'm going to write it down here, so maybe somebody will say something to me. Yes, they would like to do the mini hunt. Uh, the mini hunt is going to be somebody who, yeah, I know, Paul. Well, you're still one of the newer ones, I should say. You're one of my younger visitors. I'm going to put mini scavenger hunt, and it'll be 20 prompts for those people who cannot do the 100. That's for people who cannot put it in their eyes or put it in their mind to break down and do the 100. If you're interested in a mini prompt list, a mini hunt, and you can do a mini, tiny, mini journal. And I can show you how to do a little, you can use a notebook, you can use a little, one of those little phone books, those little tiny flip up books. You can use anything you want. Renee's here. Vintage is 20 to 90 years old. Antique is 100 and older. And antique can be considered vintage, of course. It's old. Anything older. I used to be a long time ago, when I was, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. It used to be that a vintage car was like, in the car, when you were showing cars and doing the car shows, it was for anything over 30 years old or close to that in the vintage section. Oh, okay. Janet Burgess says, Beth, I asked this, but I thought the meant one thing or another. Okay, Janet Burgess, ask me again. Yeah, yeah. Anything in that range. Nobody is going to come by and police that. So if you think it's old enough, it's good enough. How about that? If you think it's old enough, good enough. The paper doll man thong. You said I asked this, but thought that meant one thing or another. The thong is, supposed to be on it's underwear. It's underwear. So this is my take on the underwear. He's putting it on the outside because I don't want to see the naked body. I don't need to see. I don't need to see the naked body. But I thought we could put a head on him and make a head. Yes, you can make it look vintage as well. If you've got any edges on the paper, you could tear it and then ink the edges and make it look vintage. That's true. Does the slash mean one thing or the other? Oh, okay. It says paper doll, comma, men in thongs. Whatever you interpret that to be, Janet, either a paper doll or a man in thong, you can do one or the other. It doesn't have a slash, it just has a comma. And then it's like whatever your take is on that prompt, on that line, whatever you vision, you can do. There are some slashes. There's another one over here on 69. It says tree slash leaves. So anything related to the tree, whether it be a stack of wood, it could be logs slash leaves. It could be a tree with leaves or without leaves. Yes, I am ambitious. That's right, Malaya. I combined them. I like to do that. I like to add as much as I can to my page if I can. Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. That's a good question. That's a good question. She probably meant to put a slash. She's got some other there's another one up here on 34. It says decorated alphabet slash letters. Now that means you can do one letter, one alphabet, or all of the alphabets. You can do them decorated, or you can just add your letters. And I can tell you right now on that particular prompt, I'm going to use my sticker book because I've got decorated letters in the back of this sticker book that would be perfect for this prompt. Now there are some coloring books that have letters in them and too, and you doodle and scroll around the letters like a calligraphy. That could be decorative. You can do your own decorative letter and doodle around it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where is the list form, Bonnie? It's in my chat in my Bethy's Crafty Mixed Media room. It's at the top of the page in my Facebook group. If you want it, if you want to go there, lovely Leia put a link in, and I will tell you a secret, guys. If you go to that link, thank you, Malaya. I got it. If you go to that link, I want to show you all a secret. There's Janet's. This is her web page, her YouTube page, and if you go to her live videos, you're going to probably say streamed 2 years ago scavenger hunt. This one here, it says New Year's Eve streamathon launching the scavenger hunt. If you go to her video, there's several ways to get to it, so don't spaz out over it. But if you go into her video for that night and click on this little more button, you're going to get a document right here, a google.com document, and you touch the document and you open it up in one of your browsers. Pick a browser that works for you, and you're going to get something that looks like this. And that's not what you want. You want it to look like this. You want it to be closer together. So you go up here to these three little dots. I hope I'm making this clear. The three little dots, and then there is a print layout button. You touch that button and it goes to a readable format, a nicer format. Pam, I mailed you out yours today. I mailed you 2 copies. I print 2 copies out. One copy is for the front of my book, and the other copy is for to cut up and use as labels. I use these as little labels in my book because sometimes we can't remember what that was supposed to be. And I've already started my book. Like this one here is an autograph book. And who sent that to me for Christmas? I think it was Adele. Angela Adele sent me this autograph page in some ephemera. And then on the page in my book, there's also an autograph of Elizabeth Lady Stanton. Her name is Katie, Elizabeth Katie Stanton. She was in the women's rights convention. Anyway, these are my autographs, and there's one on the back too. So I've got my label here is my label that I've cut up. And then the original copy I've got in the front of my book in my library pocket. That's what I've done. You can do any way you want to do it. If you want to put it in the book and then yellow it off, X it off, mark it off, whatever you want to do. But I left my original right here, and then I'm cutting up a second copy. If anybody has any more questions, I'll be glad to. Tell you again. Pam made some gesso today. I think that's what I'm going to try to do with this paint. I've got some of this. I told Joe not to buy me any more of this paint. This is Dollar Tree paint, and it's $1.25, and it's a good buy. But the last batch I had was lumpy. Oh, you're welcome, Sherry. And I got another envelope going out to you, Sherry, for some from the prizes from the other night. We had a drawing. So I'm sending you some more things. Actually, I think I sent you a handful of napkins. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, this is fun. And like I said, if there's anybody out there that cannot do 100 prompts, let me know, and we'll make up a new list for you and do 20 prompts. I'll put that on my to-do list, Melissa, is to mail you a list. Yes, Melissa. I'm going to mail Melissa a scavenger hunt. I'll mail it to you, Melissa. I'll do that, Melissa. And I need to do you some photos. I owe you some photos for the yellow book. We're going to be getting in the yellow book again soon. But as soon as things calm down a little bit from the hunt and everybody, there are no rules. That's right. That's right. If you participate and you want to just do 2 or 3, that's fine. Or just whatever you find. And so, but I know that there are people who are that get overwhelmed, and if you're one of those people, message me and I will help you with a new list. So here's my book. I've altered the book from the library, and I put some contact paper on it. I'm still going to decorate it some more somehow, and so this is gessoed and ready to be decorated. This was my, I've got tissue paper and veggie stickers. Now this is another Janet Burgess. This is another trick. Number 42 was veggie stickers. Now when you go to the produce department, there are stickers on the fruit and veggies. And you can peel those little round stickers off and collect those. Or you can find stickers that have veggies on them. I just happen to have these fun Happy Meal stickers, and that's what I used for my veggie stickers. Rooting for you, that's a carrot and a beet. A gourd job, a good job is a gourd. And friendship goals, and they're potato chips. So I included those 3 in my veggie stickers. See? So you can put your own twist on it. That's why I love this game. It's so much fun. And I like puzzles and riddles and giggles. I just love stuff like that. So that's what I did. That's what I did. So there's my autograph page. And this is a page that I did out of mistake. I made a mistake. Can you believe it? Made a mistake. This is text paper, and I took another page of text papers that was ripped out of probably this book because I ripped some pages out, and I inked the edges and glued them down. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and there are no text papers. I couldn't find text papers. So this was an extra mistake, but it's a background page, and I can leave it. And there is a wild card. Number 100 is a wild card. So I can use this as my wild card. So I made a mistake, but I'm going to use it as a wild card. And so that'll be fine. That'll be fine. So I did that. And there's a couple, I've done quite a few more. And I took and put a corner punch and did decorations on my corners of my book to make it look cute. I've skipped some pages. Now this page here was a map page in the back. The very back was a map page. Then I put down a coffee filter right here, number 14. I glued it right down on top. You can't really see it, but it's there. So if you do a coffee filter, you may want to add some color to it. And you can even put a mandala. Oh, I did a mandala. Haven't put it down. You could have put that on, do the mandala on the coffee filter. You can combine these things. And then this one here is stencil, and it got smudged off with the glue. Half of it's over here, but it says stencil again, number 55. So I stenciled the blue and the red stenciling on the corners. And then here in the middle, I've got feathers. Yes, Melissa, I will be sending you 2 copies. Exactly, Brenda. Make up your own rules. Hi, Tammy. Good day, honey. Good day. Good eve. Is it morning time for you? I think it might be. I don't know if it's morning or afternoon. Yeah, the only rule is to have fun. Just to have fun. Put your own twist on them. Well, okay. Okay. Now, Brenda, I said if you are a person that can't handle 100 scavenger prompts, if you cannot handle 100, maybe you can handle 20. You know, you can print this list out and do 20 of, just do 20 of them, whatever you can find. That one, and you can pick and choose. Just do 20 as a goal. And if you get 20 done and you still feel like you might be able to do more, then you just add one at a time. Don't make it overwhelming for yourself. Make it easy. So this was a prompt page, a double page, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 prompts on these pages. And I can still add to it if I want to. So here's my washi tape page. I did washi tapes. I did do a mandala yesterday, and I cut it out. And I also have another mandala here that I'm going to add to my mandala. It's a Barb Owen card. Um, I watch Barb Owen, and she is at howtogetcreative.com, and she had a deck of cards, and they were mandala cards, and each card, I can't remember how many were in the deck. There was like 60 or 70 cards in a deck of cards, and she had a powerful word on it, and she had a different mandala on each card. And I pulled out one of my mandala cards, and I'm going to attach it to this page as a tip in as a dedication to Barb Owen, to my mandalas, because I think of her when I think of mandalas. So this will go in together on a page. I did a page of music paper. You can see there's 2 different music pieces. You can mix match. Here's my napkin page, and I reached around here and grabbed a Christmas napkin, and I'll put the mandala in here somewhere. And I think that's all I've got so far. I think that's all I've got. But I've got all these pages to play with. And I'm just recycling an old, look, this could be used as my vintage photo. Oh boy, look at that. There's a vintage photo prompt, I think. There's a old photo. There's my mandala. So when I do my prompts and do my gluing and do my labels, I'm doing 3 things at once. I'm doing a whole bunch. But I think there's an old photo on here. And it's, yeah, a vintage photograph. Okay, number 21. So I'm going to put 21 right here. So that way I won't put gesso over it. Hi, Kim. Hello, everybody coming in. If I've missed anybody, hello, hello. We're just talking about the scavenger hunt, just having some fun and throwing some suggestions out there. So anyway, this is mhm, my list, and I'm going to put this in my book so I don't lose it. It's starting to get ratty there. I'm going to have to get an envelope to put some of those in so I don't lose the bits and pieces. So here's my, I found I went in my cupboard and is Tammy in here? I mean, Tanya in here? Uh, oh, Tanya McGuire did a hunt last year. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Go and look at other people. This is my can label, and I usually do a soup can, and I eat a lot of chicken noodle soup. So I got a soup can, and then I got some junk mail here. And so I'm going to do a page, and I thought this would be cute to put out Big Fitness Energy on a page and do a little collage on some junk mail. That's going to go in my book. And I did my man. This is my paper doll man with a G string. It's not a G string. What a thong. And I put my thong on the outside because that's just the type of person I am. I think it looks much better there. But I'm going to find a head to put on here. I think that would be cute to find a little head. Let's see if we can't find a head. Let's see if we can't find a movie star. We'll put a movie star on there. Oh, that would be cute, Brenda. Limited soup. Yeah. See, we could put let's see. Is he too big? He's a little too big. Yeah. Let me clear my throat. We don't want to put a girl on there. We want a guy. We were looking for a guy. We might have to use that guy. Here's another guy, but he's looking to the left, looking to the right. Look for a smaller head. Here's one. And look, he's got long hair and everything. We're going to use this guy here. He might be too small. He might be too small. We'll we'll try him on. We'll try him on. This guy here's a little big. He could be a big head or a little head. He's way too little. We're just going to have to make do. Did he have a hat on? Yes, he's got a hat on. So that'll take up for the size. We'll put a cowboy hat on him. We'll do that. We'll just do that. So all I need now is my scissors. Number 3. Number 3 is because I cut the label up, so I have to look at the master page. Number 3 is a book page. That is a book page. That's it. That's what I did. Okay. See, I overlooked it. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, sweetie. That was excellent hunt. That's a hunt. That's a hunt in itself. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you. There was a book page. But I was also just trying to say, you know, make it fun and easy and light on yourself. Don't make it hard. And if you can't find it, just move on till you find something else. Now, the way I like to do my heads when I do these is I like to leave a little part of their neck hanging down. And I'll cut up each side of his cheeks for his hair so that his hair could come out over top of his collar on his suit. And that's how I do. That's how I do this. So, uh, so anyway, I'm just goofing off. I thought I would goof off for just a few minutes with this hunt book, and then answer any questions if anybody has anything they want to say or talk about the book. They can, and interpretation is half the battle. So see, I'm going to stick his neck down in behind the collar. I might have to get a bigger head. This guy's, even though he's got hair on, I'll put a little bit of glue right on the bottom of his Adam's apple, and see if we can get it on there. Yeah, you could go to the dollar store. You could use one of your old magazines and start, a composition book, uh, uh, something with paper, just about anything. So I've got that head on there, but I'm thinking it looks like Beetlejuice, right? So we might have to find another head. But you see, I've got his hair out, and so I'm going to look for another head just because we can. Just because we can. It has to be a man. But maybe you can't find a man. Put a woman on there. Yeah, put a woman on there. So we got this other guy over here. His hand's in the way. I might just have to get another magazine. So, who else is in the chat room, Deb? I missed. Cheryl's here. Hello, everybody. I've said hello to a lot of you. I have. We're just playing around with the hunt game, the scavenger hunt, and uh, and see, there was something about numbers. You could find numbers and decorate them up if you needed to. No, it was letters. It was letters. It wasn't numbers. But there's 100 things on there, so it's easy to overlook. Easy to overlook. This is a oh, look, he would be good. He would be perfect for my wedding suit. He's in a wedding suit. That's who we want. We're going to use this guy here. I just watched him in a Christmas movie the other night. Uh, Mario Lopez is his name. That's who we want. We don't want this person. No offense, guy, but you can go back into the book. But we're going to use Mario. He would be a wedding book. Uh, oh, Cheryl's still working on seeing if everybody got her coins, and she got them out. So instead of cutting around his chin, I'm going to make a V on his chest, and the V will be what is glued behind the paper part, the paper clothing. So we're going to use this guy here. And he's going to be that's who we want. That's who we want. So I'm going to go on down to his jaw just a little bit further. And then we're going to glue his Adam's apple to the paper doll. Now you might be able to find a wardrobe instead of, you can make your own paper doll. In other words, if you find a full length person in here, you can use that as your paper doll. Like this girl, you could use that as a paper doll. But you would want a guy, right? Excuse me. So you would find a picture of a man. Excuse me. What brought that on? So anyway, now I have my paper doll man thong that I could put over here out of the way. So I'm just going to put it in the front of the book. Oh, that's great, Cheryl. That's good to know. Everybody got their coins. I put all my coins in my Christmas book. Okay. Then just got the local. This is our local white pages telephone book, and it's white and yellow pages. So this is all the white pages I have in my area. But I never use the telephone book anymore. But I thought the back might help me. Um, we've got to do a business card, and I thought maybe this would help me come up with a business card. I'm supposed to create my own business card, I think it was. And I thought maybe I could get some ideas, from some of the yellow pages ads, from the ads. And I don't know if there's anything from a local phone book uh, on the scavenger hunt, but I have it just in case. I have it just in case. So I'll hang on to the book for a little while. So now, and I got this. Joe bought me this from the Dollar Tree, and I was going to check to see if there was something on here that I could use this for. This is a patch. It's a sticker. It's a puffy sticker. It's a cat. It's it's an item. Just thought that maybe there might be something in here. Now here it says magazine. Something from a magazine. Then it says create a business card. And then it says a place you want to visit. And it says an animal. So I could use this for my animal. There you go. There's my animal. Oh, and then it says create a zodiac sign. Oh, I thought that would be so fun to do. So I was going to mind map on how we would do that. For example, let me get a piece of paper. For example, for a zodiac sign, we'd have to do a new zodiac sign. So I thought, I don't know what Rebecca was. Anyway, for a zodiac sign, this is going to be my worksheet. So uh, we can work with this as a business card and a zodiac sign. We're to create a zodiac. Now, if we do this together and you're doing the hunt, then you get to claim this idea as part of yours because we're working together on it. So it could be a group zodiac sign. So it could be across usually a zodiac sign is part of a month. So let's see. Tora is a Japanese word for tiger. Okay. And does that mean this could be our zodiac symbol sign? He could be the Torah of love. Oh, here we go, girls. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. So we're going to do the zodiac sign of Torah, Tora, and it's going to be a tiger. She looks like a tiger, and she's going to be the tiger of love because they always have something about them. And then we could put what else is with associated with a horoscope. Yeah. Um, we could put the tiger of love. So this is our sign, and then we've got to do some kind of a star, a star, uh, you know how they do the star thing. So if we do something like this could be our stars. These could be our markings for the stars. I just made this up. But isn't that good? Isn't that good? She will bring good luck and love to you the tiger of love and good luck for 2023. Thank you, Janet. See how we're all pulling together on this? Okay, I think that's good enough right there. I don't think we need to do any more unless you want to. And here's her, and I'll use this sticker, do a whole page on it in my book. And that could be, is that a warning? If you do her wrong, she will rip you apart. Okay, got it. I think it's. I think we're done. I think that's it. Okay, that's her dark side. Okay, we could put who she's compatible with. She could be. She could be a good worker or good at scavenger hunts. Good at what she is excellent at scavenger hunts. Is that Could we do that? Favors or favors scavenger hunts. Favors scavenger hunts. What else could she favor? And mixed media. Let's see, what else could she favor? And how about something and long walks on the beach? She likes to roll around in paper. Favorite hobby, uh, loves rolling around in paper. Okay, that's all I have room for. Okay. Oh, excellent at camouflage. Okay. Okay. She roars. Tiger of love. And good luck for 2023. She favors scavenger hunts and mixed media and long walks on the beach. She loves rolling around in paper. She is excellent at camouflage. If you do her wrong, she will rip you apart. I love it. So, okay, okay. And what I can do is I can make a copy of this and post it in our Facebook group. And then if anybody wants to mimic this or use this into your, because we're doing this together as a group, it's everybody's created zodiac sign, unless you want to do your own, of course. That's how that's going to work. But this is our zodiac sign. I'm going to put this with it. I love it too. And then I get to do a business card. Since we're on the roll of creating, let's see what we can do. Create a business card. And I would think that it needs to be like, uh, that's right, she's not a tamed pussycat. Warning. I'll put that, under the warning. She is not a tamed pussycat. Okay, Janice. Janice, thank you. Thank you. So if we create a business card for our group, it'll have to be, the title has to be Beth's Crafty Mix Media Room is the title of the card. That has to be the title of the card. And then we could put some craft supplies. You want to put a heart with her? Well, she's shaped like a heart. Is that good enough? Tiger of Love. Yeah, we could do that. The Snoop Sisters, Private Detective. That would be cute, Janice. That would be cute. The Japanese, Chinese have name cards that they give whenever they meet someone. So you your could create one for her. A card. You want me to put this into make a card and then glue it in the book with the patch? Is that what you mean, Tammy? Hi, Becca. Where have you been? We've been working. We've been having so much fun. We have. We've been having fun. Okay, okay, Tammy. It'll be like a playing card, and I'll put it on cardboard. I could use this packaging to make the card out of. Okay, I could do that, Tammy. We just got finished, Becca, making up a zodiac sign for our group. Yep, we did. So here's the patch for it. Now we're going to do a business card. So the business card, I told Becca, she just got finished doing uh her title, her picture on her YouTube and her Facebook page. She just got finished decorating it and graphic designing it. And I said that would be a perfect business card for her. And it's got her little icon thing on it. So we're supposed to create a business card, and we thought that we would title it Bethy's Crafty Mixed Media Room, and this would be for the group, and I'll post it in the group. And if anybody wants to use this as part of your, because we're all a group, okay? So we can put on here, um, uh, like we could say chat group, or we could give you all guys a nickname. Oh, Becca's been working on car stuff and the doctor's appointment, and oh, I understand. I believe you, Becca. She had to get up at 5 o'clock to go take her car in and have it worked on, and then they had to go to the doctor's appointment, and I understand. Candy's cooking dinner. Well, you're just in time. We're getting ready to make up a business card. Uh, we can say, better give her a paintbrush. Okay. We could put a girl, or we could put a person, or we could just put art supplies on here. We could make a paintbrush. And we could do clip art. I might be able to do some clip art uh, with the paint, with the crafts, a roll of tape, uh, a bottle of glue. uh, a few craft supplies, and then we could say, come. It'd be like a little advertisement. Are we supposed to do an advertisement too? Remember, and this could go along with the draw and art supply on number 61. We could put it on here. Draw and art supply, because we're using art supplies. Um, we could say, welcome to our group. I like to say, welcome to your group, your new group, because that includes anybody that reads it. So I'm trying to create a business card. Welcome to your new group. And I guess I could put my advertisement, uh, would be when I stream. um, you don't have to put a whole lot on a business card. But that's kind of what I can make out of it, and I can put this on a piece of cardboard as well, and then glue it in the book when I get it fixed up. And we're going to put number 61, and then number 90 for the labels here. And then on this create a zodiac sign, this is going to be number 72. And then it says number 81 is an animal. So we can use that as the animal too. So that could be two labels. Cool. And then there's one here for a paper clip. Decorate a paper clip. And then it says up here, make a rag flag. I call that the same. I call my rag flags and my paper clips the same. We can make a big one. And I was looking to see if I had any down in there already made up. But a rag flag is something that you just tie onto your paper clip, and that's a rag flag to me. Is what I call a rag flag. And we can use this one here. It's got a tassel on it already, and I can put some fabric on it as well. I could do both. And that would be decorating a paper clip. So it would have two. So number 54 and 75 are the paper clips. And all I need now is a piece of fabric. And I'm sure I've got one here somewhere. I'm sure I can find a little piece of something. I've been putting my Christmas decorations up, trying to put them back in the Christmas tub. And last night the tub slid off and fell. The whole thing dumped out on the floor. So I did not repack. I didn't repack it. It's still I just picked it up and gently laid it back in the tub. So I'm just going to take a piece of this, cut a slit, and rip. This piece of fabric. And then we could take and trim that off. I like that the pinking shears, it's got pinking shears on it. That makes it cute. So all I'm going to do now is take this and tie it to the top of my paper clip, and that's a rag flag. That's what I call rag flags. And they've been around for a long time. And I'm just going to make a knot, and it'll perk up. And just so happens that this pink already had a little tassel on it, and it's even got a couple little beads on it too. So it's decorated. It's already decorated, and it's a rag flag. And then you can take your ends and you fold them over, and you cut at an angle, and it makes a little uh, points. It makes the points, decorative points. So we'll do that on this one. So that's what I call a rag flag. And I'm going to let them be up. I'm going to clip it to the numbers because when I put it in the book, I will, whatever page I put my clip on, I'll put these labels beside the paper clip off of my, I'll mark them off. So I'm just going to stick this in the book out of the way for right now until I get ready to work on my book, and I'll put these together with the tabs, with the labels. So there. So I think that's all I'm going to do. It's almost 7 o'clock here. So I'm going to put my scavenger hunt away. We've done quite a bit. I might, if anybody has anything else they want to put on um, the business card, I think we'll just put a border around it and call it done. And we can always go back and do more later. And I did have a couple little pieces on my desk over here of some fibers. And so I was going to do a fiber page of some sort, fibers. And I wanted to start collecting a few fibers. And since these were on my desk, I thought, here's a here's one of my flags, rag flags. This is a rag flag, a real one. It's been in there for a long time. So there's a some fibers started, and I will look up the number. Oh, and on the toilet paper, I got some happy mail for Christmas from Joycey, and she sent me some toilet paper, and it was money. It was money toilet paper, and I said that's what I'm going to use for my toilet paper prompt. Fabric and fibers on 24, so I can get some fabrics too. And what did I say? 24. So that's label number 24. And I don't know of anything else that can go with fabric and fibers. So anyway, I just like working. Oh, look, there's a page of white. I thought that was interesting. I could use a whole page of white pages. That could be a play on words if I want to do white um, in the white pages. Let's do my page. Let's do my page. Let's see if I'm in here. It might be just all businesses. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's businesses. It's not people. White and yellow page for business listings. I'm not a business. Hello, Jessica. Well, good. Come hang out with us. We're going to play. But anyway, this would be something that I could do for a page of white. I might do it. I might do 2 pages. uh, I might do this as one page and then do another page of white. And I thought that would be a challenge to find. I'd go around in my room and look for anything white, in my room. So, so I'm going to think about that and dream about that. So I'm going to put my hunt away because I could work on this all day. I could work on this all day. We've got a great start going. I'm happy with what we've done. Tickled to death. Tickled to death. So let's move on and talk about, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Hmm, uh, we can do a painting. Are you ready to paint again? When was the last time we painted? When was the last time we painted? Are y'all ready to paint again? I'm looking for my money. My toilet paper money. It's over here somewhere. It's not on top. So, what I can do is go to my phone and were there whites under W? Oh, I could do that. Yeah. Any whites? Yeah, there's some white. It starts from white aluminum. It starts from white aluminum. Not very many. To what? To white whale homes, mobile homes. That's all the whites. Yeah, that would be something I could use for a white page. I'll tear that out. Okay. Okay, I'm with you. I would just snip out just the white parts. Okay, I could do that. I could do that. That's a good idea. Okay. See, I could just go on and on and on. Hi, Carol. We're getting ready to paint. I'm getting ready to pick out a picture. Um, let's see what we've got here. We've got some roosters. Do we want to do something silly? I like silly. I like whimsical. Or we can do some. Oh, there's another one. I wanted to do chickens this year. I like all of those. Or we can go back to the cows till work on the cows. Let's do a chicken. That could be Beth and Joe right there. They are cute. They've got confetti in the background for New Year's, squawking in the New Year. And then this is what I call an old-fashioned style chicken traditional chicken. I'm sure there's a name for that chicken. Janice can be my chicken namer. She knows how. She probably could look them up. The one with all the hair, and the one with the glazing eyes, the dazzling eyes. Look me into the eyes and fall in love with me. This is how I look at Joe. And then these are kind of, you know, That's cute with the roses on it. A yellow chicken, rooster, chickadees. Anybody in particular? We got the yellow or the white or Beth and Joe. Whichever one you want to do, I'll do. Now, what did I do with my paint book? Oh, we're going to do a new paint book. We're going to start a new paint book. This was my old one, and it's the same size. Whew. It's the same size. We're going to start a new paint book tonight, guys. And they have flimsy covers on the front of them now. Flimsy covers. Want to do the Beth and Joe? Okay, Kim. I'll do the Beth and Joe. It's the Beth and Joe show. Squawk. We will. Do you all want to see Leghorn a breed? Yes, he's a foghorn leghorn. Yeah, they're a breed. He's a white rooster, and then he's got a hawk, that little black hawk that keeps running around, and she turned him into a chicken hawk. And he's running around like he's hunting for a chicken, like he's gonna kill a chicken. And the leghorn's trying to teach him, now son. He goes, now son. Yeah. Um, do you all want to see a flip through of the old book, or you want me to go into the painting? You want to see some of them that I've done throughout this year? See if I can't clean my desk off a little bit so I can get this up there. Put a few things away. Janet says yes, sure. Okay, okay. Let me get this moved up here a little bit better. Move some of these things off my desk. Yeah, where am I going to move them to? Don't know. Don't have any room. Found a corner. Okay, I think we might be able to do that. So I'll go to the beginning. This started back in August. Back in August, and I did cover the front of my book with some scrapbooking paper, and it's a hard cardboard. The new one is soft cardboard, so we might have to put 2 layers of paper on it to get its thickness. But it's a blue Canon XL notebook, and that I usually get them from Walmart. They sell them anywhere on the end. You can buy them on Amazon or the Blick store. You can buy them anywhere. But and then on the inside of my cover, I did some more scrapbooking paper and a napkin. So I like that. And on the new book, I want to have to do a couple layers of paper to make it thick enough because it's thin. It's much thinner than this. So here's Harriet. I think I did this one with Rebecca one day. And then this was August the 27th, Lighthouse. I think of Teresa. Oh, Teresa is in Wisconsin with her daughter. She went home with her daughter for a couple weeks. But she'll be back down to Alabama soon enough. And then on the opposite page, I've been trying to do something on this blank page on the back of the pages. And some of this was Happy Mail, uh, and things laying on my desk, Tim Horton little people and things like that. I got some napkins in here, leftover napkins, and just things left over on my desk. So so you get to use it as a glue book too. But this book was dedicated as a painting book for the most part, and this will be a book that I will keep on my coffee table. I'll always hang on to this book because it's got so many paintings in it. And as you can see, I like to do whimsical, easy things. These were just a couple of glue pages of things on my desk. Uh, Happy Mail. A lot of this was given to me. I think all of this was given to me. So some of you all may even recognize some of your Happy Mails in here. This is a napkin. I think this is a new stamp that I had just bought. And just some things laying around on my desk. And here's Haiti, a ballerina. And I think this is when Dana started painting with us. Uh, I got Rebecca painting starting last year, so she's a painter now. She can paint. She's good, and Dana is very good. Dana is a very good painter. And here's what I did on the opposite page of that. I had leftover paint, and then I had a picture of a garden door, and then I stamped leaves and flowers all around with the stamp. So it kind of complements the other page. Sometimes I'm good, better than others. Oh, my bird, the blue tip bird. Okay, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. So here's my traditional white chicken that we did, and I would like to do that other one that looks to the right. I do want to do it again. It'll be in my new book, so it wouldn't matter. And this was a napkin that was given to me, and I think Esther gave me this little napkin. And then it was a little owl in a tree, so I extended the tree and made it into a big page. And I thought it was cute. I had fun doing it. I had fun doing that. This was back in September. And here's another one of those little napkins that she gave me, and it was a fox. So I put it and did the same thing. And this little pig we named Ian. And this was on September the 27th. And we painted this the night Hurricane Ian came through here. So this was a hurricane party painting. I didn't have any problems with Ian, but there was a lot of people who were flooded. And what I ought to do is find a couple of local newspaper articles and print them out, and then maybe put a little tip in of what happened with Ian that year. September the 27th, 2022. We were blessed. We didn't get any water, but we did have water all around us. We were blocked in, but it slowly drained. It was just that it rained so hard, so fast, and so little time. That's why the water didn't have time to, and the surge came in, because I'm on the East Coast. The surge came in from the storm, and it just flooded us. It flooded all the low areas in my area, and a lot of people got flooded out. and it was the type of water where the sewer came up, and so if you got wet, you were contaminated. Everything had to be removed. Flooring. If the walls got wet, then you had to cut the walls halfway down and tear it out, because if you didn't, you'd get mold. So everybody had to remodel their homes down here. Big ordeal, and some people are still working on that. It'll be a long time recovery. But that was Hurricane Ian. And then this was just some leftover stuff that I had in my possession. It was Halloween time. I had a doily, and I had this top done up out of some scrapbooking paper, and then this little guy out of a magazine, and I made a Halloween page out of it. Made a little doily pumpkin. And this was a pattern of an owl that we did, and I cut it out of text paper first. And instead of throwing it away, I had glued down this napkin, and then I glued it on top and doodled on it. Just whatever was on my desk. I didn't do any more of these type of things. This was a dare. Um, I had some Rebecca's tree. I had some paint, and I had a little tin to put the paint in, and it was watercolor paint. It was acrylic, and it didn't dry up for watercolor. It drew up as a plastic for acrylic. So they all came out of the pots, and I pulled all the paint out and I glued them on the tree. Made a colorful tree. That's just a personal little crafty thing. This was a very cute page. I did this with Becca and Dana, and Dana picked this picture out, and it was cute as a button. And we named her Wilma, and this is Eloise, the little green cat. We are into the fall. Here's my gnome, and over here I did a pumpkin, and these stickers came from Pam. She sent me these stickers in some Happy Mail, and they you were to put them on a real pumpkin. Instead of carving your pumpkin, you could put the stickers on, and I put them in my art book. I had a lot of fun with that. And this is painting and scrapbooking, both scrapbooking paper and painting. Some of it's painted. I think he's all cut out. I feel an edge on all of it. And there's our cat sitting in the moon. This one is not my favorite, but I did it. We're getting into October now, and this was some uh, foam, happy foam, kids foam that was a cutout, and I had some more of those stickers from Pam. This came off of a back from Barbara Every from England. She sent me some Happy Mail, and as a matter of fact, she sent me a book to work in, and I have her book over here, and I have yet to do anything with it yet. She sent me a book that she made, and this is Barbara Every. This is all of her papers that she created, and she printed them out, and then she numbered my pages for my book. So I don't know. This might be a good Happy Mail book where I can start gluing people's Happy Mails in, and it's got room to expand and everything, and I can do bulky things. So I'm going to have to start using that this year. That's one of my things I want to do. And here is another pumpkin head. We named him Frank, and we named the bird Pete. And then over on this side, there was another pumpkin, parts left over paper, and I just made a conglomeration of a page. And this is just a circle, and then you just make the pumpkin marks with a crayon. And then on this page, I just glued a napkin down, and we painted this pumpkin in the field and wind. And here's a cat. We did several black. We've done quite a few black cats. Hi, Janet. How are you this evening? Yes, Barbara sent me that book, and I've got to do something with it. I've got to put Happy Meal in it. And then this side is just napkin, fall napkin. And then we did this page, and I'm thinking we did prompts. I don't remember, but I think we did prompts. And then on this side, I just did leftover paint. And then here's Letty. This is Dana's dog. We did a black and white dog, and we did a pumpkin, and we did a tree with leaves. Must have. I think we had a picture to go by. And then on this side, I painted and then I sprayed just to break the white on that side. And here's another one we painted with a bat. And I ended up putting googly eyes on the bat and the spider. Just goofing off. And another painting page over here. And then here's another cat. Some are cuter than others. Some are cuter than others. And then I just did leftover paint over on this side as well. It's a good way to use your leftover paint. This was fun. The cauldron and the girl taking a hot bath. This was a lot of fun. And on this side, I had leftover paint, but I did a swirly sign. I thought that was appropriate. I don't know. It just looked good together, right? It was genius. The mummy cat was fun. It was a challenge to do the galls on the cat and to get the right shades combination, and you ended up using 4 or 5 different shades to get it to look like this. And then I got whimsical and painted leftover paint over on this side of the browns and the blues. And this, you can't really see it on camera, but this dark blue is purple. That is purple on top of the blue, and it looks wonderful. It really looks wonderful. You can see a little bit of purple here. You can see it's a purple. Looks good. That was fun. That was fun. Then we did a ghost. I think Pam did this with me one night. Pam likes to paint. Pam's good is a good painter. And then this was leftover paint over on this side. And I started, instead of doing it a plain collar, I decided to add flowers and things to it. So I got creative. And here's the fall page. And this was challenging because of the deck, the wooden deck that the cat's laying on. And then this is supposed to be hay back here. And that was a lot of fun to make the hay marks, and then again to make the wood plank marks, and then the grass marks. It had a lot of blending doing on this page. Yeah, this was done the 1st of November. This one's November the 1st, and I just had a napkin over here on this side. This napkin's upside down, but when I was putting it down, I was thinking of a pillar. You know how pillars are and how this square part, and I was thinking this was the base of a pillar, but it's upside down. It's a pot. So I thought it was a bell or something. I couldn't figure. I couldn't think that night. So obviously I put it down in a hurry. And so here are our harvest bunnies and our pilgrim bunnies. We turned them into pilgrims. That was fun, and I used napkins around And I've got napkins over here on this side as well. And this was the scarecrow. And it was fun to do. His hair is loose. It's flattened from the book, of course, but it's not glued down all the way. So you could fluff his hair up a little bit if you wanted to. And he was fun to do. He was fun to do. He's whimsical. And I love how I blended this hat. I did this with a brown and a yellow, and it was a new thing that I did, and it was a lovely accident. Oh, the tree stump looks like a tree stump. It does. It looks good, doesn't it? I like blending. I like doing that blending stuff. And then here's just another napkin over here on this side. And here we did a little cat. I think it's a little lion cub. And this was the inspiration. And this was what I painted. Yeah, semi captured it. I'm not unhappy with it, but there were parts that I did do good on, like when I got into his little muzzle down in here. I thought I did good with the muzzle. The nose shape was better than usual, but the color was off. But it's okay. It still worked out. It still worked out. And this was still we're in November now. Still in November. And then we have this little girl, and this was so funny. This little girl here, she had a pleated skirt on, and I had this napkin. So it's a napkin, and I pleated it to make a skirt. And this is what the napkin looked like over here. But when I fan folded it to make my pleats, it looks like this. And when we painted her, I couldn't tell which way her feet were going. It was kind of like an eyeball bender. So her feet, they're supposed to be facing towards me, but they look like they're looking back that way instead of this way. But if I had it a little bit more sideways, she could have been pigeon-toed and coming towards me. But she's carrying because of her hands, because she's carrying the pumpkins. So it was fun. This was a lot of fun. And then this is a napkin, and I turned it into a pumpkin. And then we got the tree going, and the leaves are falling, and it's whimsical. And then we ended up wanting to do different shades for the pumpkins. We wanted to do different colored pumpkins, and we went way out and did the pastels. So we had a lot of fun with this. But I love the grass that I did. I did real good on the grass. I put a little bit of lace on her hem of her skirt and put lace on her socks. She's got these little boots on, and I put zippers on her boots with just a little gold trim. It was fun. It was just fun. And then, I've even got leaves and curly cues coming off of the pumpkin stalks. There's just a lot of little things in there that's fun to look at. A lot of little things. Here we have a pumpkin house with a little mouse. And it turned out real good. And I found that I got another napkin. That was funny with Snoopy jumping in the leaves. That'd be cute to paint next year. Maybe if we remember, we'll paint him next year. The only thing different on this that I didn't do is I could have done a bigger black line. My Sharpie, I used a thin point Sharpie felt tip, and if I'd done it in a bolder, I think it would have looked cuter in the black and outlined it in black to make it pop more. But I still like it, and I did this with brush pens. Here we got another turkey, and he's sitting he's sitting on the table, and his legs are sprawled out. And then this is a tablecloth, and this is a napkin down here. And this was Happy Mail. It was a Happy Meal napkin. Then I got another piece of napkin over here and leftover orange paint. And here's a gnome, a fall gnome. He is, oops, there's Joe. Let's see what he's doing. Hi, honey. What are you doing?
I'm finishing up here at Walmart. Hey, do you have any preference on this cool mist, warm mist, or a warm steam vaporizer?
Oh, I think a cool mist would be fine because we don't need any heat down here.
From the temporary relief cough and congestion.
It just keeps
It's
the air from being so dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. But it says it is a vaporizer.
Right, it does. It's a cool mist vaporizer. The
Right.
heat ones,
That's
if it has a combo, that would be fine
temporary relief enhances soothing of
because then you could
disease.
do cool or warm and put Vicks in it. If it's
Yeah.
warm, you can put Vicks in the little tub. It's got a little cup holder for the Vicks salve.
Okay. Large nightlight. Automatically shuts off.
If you can't decide, take pictures and then we'll just make a decision later. I'm online.
Okay.
Say hi.
So, hi, girls. Hey, I'm getting you some things.
You're getting me
Just
some things.
little things to send in the mail.
You're getting me some Happy Meal stuff? Oh
Some little
boy.
yes. There's
Okay. Well, they'll be looking forward to that. You got some
yeah
clearance, some stuff on clearance?
yeah. I got some
Yeah.
stuff on clearance. Popcorn's the 2.5 gallon thing of popcorn. It's not on. It's on clearance, but I'm giving you a custom that you send it anywhere.
No, it has to be flat. It has to be flat in an envelope.
Yeah, flat in an
Okay.
envelope.
You know.
Um,
You know.
okay.
All right, honey. Well, if you can't decide on the mister, just take a picture because we're not sick right now. So
Yeah.
we can get that the next time you go in there. So,
Okay.
okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Oh, he said, hey, he can tell me when he gets home. Okay, this was a gnome that we did, and the white was this Dollar Tree white. And I told Joe not to buy me any more of this white. So yesterday or the day before, he goes to the Dollar Tree, and guess what he comes home with? Two more bottles. So I'm going to make gesso out of one of these and try to make gesso out of it. And when I do that, you all can help me. I can either put baking soda in it or talcum powder in it. I don't, maybe a combination. I'm not sure what to do. But anyway, I used this gesso and I laid something down on it that had book print on it and it stuck. So I like the little bits of paper in here in the beard. So it's an accident and I left it lumpy and it looks okay for the beard. So we managed with the cheaper white, but that was my little fall gnome for that guy. And we're still in November, and then Thanksgiving this was probably this was done the 22nd, so I'm not sure what day that Thanksgiving was. And then the next week, the next time I streamed, November the 23rd, we switched to Christmas. So right after Thanksgiving we started painting Christmas, so this was the first Christmas one. And I love the penguins, and this was an inspirational Christmas card, and then I also had an inspirational napkin, uh, and we painted several penguins, as you will see here in a second. Here's another one. See, this one here is this first one over here because he's got his scarf and he's holding a piece of holly back here. Uh-huh. And then I started putting Christmas paper down for my blank page back here. And then we did the snowman, and I got some snowman paper. And after we painted this guy, I found the stickers in the Christmas box of the snowflakes, and I added these later. So you can always go back. You can always go back and add to your pictures. I like the snowman. And then we did this one time, and we we uh, we talked about how we're going to do the tree, and we talked about how we did the expand paste on the hat and the pom pom, and then we had to draw the little box. I worked hard on this one. I think this one took me 2 hours to do. And then here's some more of that paint that I was trying to use up. Didn't like, but it worked out really cute for the snowman because of the texture it was. And so it was just one of those. I like it after I did it. When I first was using the paint, I didn't like it, but it worked out. It worked out. And then on this side, I did this at a later time. I glued the napkin down, and then I painted him, the Nutcracker, on that page just for fun. But now we're in December the 3rd. So we're doing Christmas now. And this was a candle. And this is when we start doing the blurry circles, the blurry lights in the background. And we called them orbs. And then on this page, we did some more orbs. And then I ended up putting stickers in all of the orbs, like they were snow globes or floating in the air with all these little Christmas presents in it. Just a little whimsical thing. But I thought I did after I got done. I had a hard time with the poinsettia, and then I realized there was a table down there, so I had to do the table behind the flower. I worked that. I did it. I did it. It was hard, but I should have did the table first and then do the flowers. But it worked out. It worked out. I love the flowers now. So, and these are the orbs in the background, the glistening things in the back of the room. And here we did Rudolph, and he was fun. I loved him. He's got a bird up there. And then I found a nap. I got a napkin. I think Joe bought me the napkin. And I like this page. It's so simple. I used that white paint that I wasn't fond of with a little bit of gray, and it's swirly. And then I put the napkin down, and it had gold snowflakes on the napkin, and I used burgundy, and I used the end of my paintbrush, and it was a copper. It was a copper color, and it has a red tint to it. But anyway, it blends in real pretty, and I think that is so cute. It looks wintry. Okay, Renee's going to lurk. Go ahead, honey. So here's Santa Claus we did, and he turned out wild, and I used up some of that lumpy paint, and I just dealt with it, and then I swirled pencil marks on top of it so that you could see his beard curls and swirls in his beard, and it's got a lot of texture to it. And then I did puffy paint, expand paste for his mustache and the brim of his hat. So he was very whimsical, very whimsical. And this was Happy Mail, some foiled paper that came from Joycey, and then I used gold ribbon, and a bow, and then I put a tag on it to Joe from Beth. Did a Christmas page. Here's another gnome. We did so many gnomes this year, and we had a picture. We had a picture that we went by, and I did scrapbooking paper for some of it. This was painted, and then I made the tree, and And then I did a little bit of doodling around the tree. And somebody sent me the snowflakes. I think those came from Janice. And then here's a Christmas card, and I think it's Janice's. Yep. And this was a napkin down here, and this was the rim of the napkin, and then I had used the inner part of that upper napkin for something else. Okay, so I made a swirl sky like it's a window or something, and hang the ornament down here. I thought, I love it. I just love that. It's mixed media. I love it. I love it. This was December the 13th. Oh, we've got a blank page over here. Now you know why. Now you know why I like to put something here. But look how cute the little bird is. He's all fluffed up and he's got earmuffs on. And again, this was that paint that was iridescent looking, streaky looking. I didn't like the didn't care for this paint, but I piled it up real thick for the snow, the layer of the snow, and I like it as snow. It looks good as snow. And I had fun doing the tree and the pine. And then this was different with the snowflakes were dots, and in the picture they were doodled around, and so I doodled around all of the snowflakes, and I think it just adds to the whimsical part of the picture. I like it. So here's a bear. We did it. Oh no, this is a dog. And I've got a napkin to put over here on this side. I got some homework to do. And then I've got some stickers, and I've got this is from Becky Waters. Some Happy Meal. And I was looking for these. I was looking for these. Becky Waters sent me these foiled uh, ornaments, and I love them. They're paper. They're like doilies, and I was looking for these. I was going to do something with them. So over on this side of the book, I did the circle like I did this. This is supposed to be a dog, okay, but it looks like a little bear. So it could be a little bear dog. And and I think I was going to put the Santa Claus in this circle. And anyway, her card got stuck in here. So I don't know. I was going to do something with it. And then here's another snowman, a Christmas snowman, and he had a lot of stuff because he had the garland in his on his hat. He had a long hat instead of a short hat. He had a staff with a bird on the top of it up here and another bird down here. He had a candle. There was a bell. There was the scarf and the jacket and the gloves. I mean, he just had a lot of stuff going on. Uh, and we did it. I did it. It worked out. We're up to December the 19th now. So here we did, this was, I need to put this down here with the art Sharpa. Um, I need to put her name on here. Um, this was inspired by the art Sharpa. And this is why I don't like these pens. Look at the ink glob on the end of that pen. The ink pours out of these pens and makes a mess. And they're fine tip. They're supposed to be fine tips. So anyway, this was inspired by the art Sharpa. She has a YouTube channel, and I love her. Um, anyway, I did this, and I did it in 3D, and I used cream paste. It's a sculpting paste that's cream, and I spiked it up on the snowflake part, and it's peaked. It's got peaks on it, and it's a rubbery. It turns rubbery when it's dry, and you can feel it. It doesn't smash down or anything. It stays that way. And so it's got a lot of texture on it. And I did some more orbs in the background, lighting those light orbs we talked about. And this is just another napkin with some more snowflakes given to me by Jan. Here we have some winter owls. We worked hard on this. It was harder than I thought it was going to be easy, but it was harder than we thought it was. Becca picked it out, and but it's a two little owls in the tree. December the 22nd. Here's December the 23rd, and we did another black cat in the snow. I love it. Love all that. I just love it. Used up some of that white paint that I complain about. I'm not going to complain about it anymore because I used it and I worked with it. And then here on the 24th, this was Christmas Eve. I did a ho ho, and I used I used some different white paint, and I made it real thick and textury on the on his beard, so you can feel his beard. It's got grooves in it, and then I used texture paste on his hat, and I thought it was a good ho 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 for Christmas Eve. And then this was a napkin that I think Janet Nash gave me this napkin, and I glued it down here in the corner, and I expanded the napkin, and so I put more more limbs, vines, and then I got a die cut machine from Dana this Christmas, a little die cut machine, and I got to use it for the first time, and I cut out green and red little leaves and flowers and added it to this, and I love it. I love it. It was fun. So so it's just another idea of what you can do with your napkins, and they're on the back side of the painting. So it's a really mixed media book, painting and mixed media. And then the 27th we did Blondel, the cow, and she turned out really cute. I love her. I love her. And then I think that was it. Then New Year's, I don't remember what we did New Year's. I don't know if I painted or not. Well, we this was snowflakes. I could add these to my white page in my scavenger hunt book. I'm going to leave one in the book and put one in my scavenger book because it's a white snowflake. And then I did New Year's here, right here, and I should put 2023. Happy New Year's. And that's the end of this book. And I painted some more orbs on the back. I need to do some more. I might do some decoupaging paper on the back of this, and then it'll be. I might do some more decorating here. That way, it'll be more of a coffee table. You know, and I think before I would put it on the coffee table, I would more likely be putting it in a basket by a chair. I'll put this book in a basket. So there we go. So now we're going to start our new book, and we're going to see how fast I can go. Yeah, or tissue paper. I could use tissue paper, and and then glaze it with my varnish glaze. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, you guys wanted me to paint these characters, and I'm going to start them. And if I can't finish it tonight, uh, we'll finish it next time. Hi, Kelly Ann. Hi, everybody that has came in while I was talking, gibberish, talking. wet my whistle there a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start the back. It's got a gray background, and I'm going to pick a metallic silver, and I think I'm going to add um, I'm going to add a little blue to it. I don't know why, but that's what I want to do. So we're going to paint a little bit here tonight and see how far we can get on these. Oh, I need to post this picture too, don't I? Let me post the picture in our group. This one, we can do it. We can do it. And if you go to the top page of my group, you will see the scavenger hunt list there. Is Janet feeling under the weather? She's been. Oh, I did. I did a beach. It's over here too. It's on my right. I did do a beach on a board and a palm tree in the beach. Thank you, Janet. Janet's been busy for the past week or two, and she might be under the weather, by run down a little bit. But she looked good. I saw her this afternoon on one of her videos, and she looked better. So I think she's gradually getting her rest. But she's had some rough couple of weeks. So we do understand that. Uh oh yeah. Okay. I'll see if I can't fix it. There's a shadow. Me and my shadow walking down the avenue. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to get my card out. I might use my card. My table over here is getting a little crowded. And I got some paintbrushes, so we're doing good. Okay, I'm going to put some of this down. And we'll put some of this down. Yeah, I think, well, day before yesterday, I slept. I think I slept for 24 hours. I did. I slept all day Sunday, Sunday night, and most of Monday. So I was run down too, and I didn't do anything. Didn't have anything going on where I was busy or anything. So just the holidays and the weather. And today was kind of weird today. The humidity was zero. We had no humidity today. And it was cloudy like it was going to rain. And it reminded me of back home, having a rainy day and everything was overcast. And it was different. We don't have these many days like that down here. It was a winter day, but it was warm. It was a warm winter day in Florida. So I have no idea how this is going to end up, but we're working on it. I need something else. I'm thinking gray. Let me use up this gray. This is an old bottle of gray. Let's see if I can't get some of this paint out and use some of these bottles up this year. I put a bunch of new ones out. And I've got another bottle of this Dolphin Gray. I love it. This is an indoor outdoor gloss paint. Let's see what the one that I replaced it with. It's probably an apple barrel. I don't see it. It's down there. But I got to get rid of some of these old bottles. This is probably 3 or 4 years old. I keep using it and using it and using it and and now I really got to throw it away because I dropped it in the paint. We're not gonna worry about it. We'll wipe it off and we'll just go ahead and drop that down there. Drop it in the garbage. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm still looking for that particular tone. And I'm a thinking I might need a drop of green in it. Let's see if that'll fix the color up. I think this will be it. This will be it. We're not going to worry about that right now. I know I could probably have used that for another book, but I'm not going to worry about that. We want something on this page. I'm just working on this page. I'm not going to worry about that little bit of paint right there. Nah, it's okay. We're still almost tweaking this page. I want to see if we can't tweak it a little more. I couldn't have asked for a better drop than that. That's the best drop ever. Talk about a drop. It had an air bubble in it. Now this is the background. Ooh, loving it. Loving it. Good deal. And this will be perfect for the background, I'm telling you. All these scratches and marks, because we're going to add some other things to the background. And I'm not going to worry about the edges. I usually do the edges real good. I'm not going to do that right now. Hi, Dana. I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint a picture of Beth and Joe. We're celebrating chickens. They're celebrating. Yeah. So, in the background, we can do it now or later. I'm going to go ahead and do it now because I'm in the mood. Yeah, Janice. We can be something like that. So instead of squirting it out and messing it up, I'm going to take a little brush, and it's a nice round brush right there. It's long, and all I need to do really in these is just do a little bit of a dip. See how much I got on there? Hardly anything. Okay, it's really on one side, but that's all the paint I need, and I'm just going to do little flicks of confetti in the background all over. And we want to kind of do it all over because I'm going to paint my chickens on top and it'll cover up any flicks behind them. But this will give them some, you'll be able to see the confetti blowing in the background. And we can always add more confetti later if this isn't enough. So I just want to get an idea that something is flying around in the background. I'm doing this little period, this little place right here because their neck heads are going to go together, and there's a little oval there of the background. So I want some confetti back there as well. So there's the pink. Their primary colors. There's a yellow. I'm not going to put any red in the background because their gobblers and their crowns and things like that are red. So I don't need any red in the background. And I'm just going to wipe this off. I'm not going to wash it. I'm just going to wipe it using the same brush and dipping it into the yellow and doing the same thing in the background. A little bit of yellow pops. A little bit of pop of yellow. And I don't, some of it's going to be covered up, so we won't worry about that. But we'll put it on there in case something shows through. It's enough of that. And then there's some real light blue, like a sky blue. And I'm going to put that one back up, and I'm going to put that one back up. Very colorful birds. And I'm just going to wipe my brush off and use a little bit of this blue for confetti. And it doesn't show up too good because it's got a lot of blue in the background, but that's okay. It's there. It'll be there. And we can use a different shade than this, maybe a green. Since this color doesn't want to show up, we can use another color. But that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yes, Chris, there's a story. There's a story behind that. The vintage children's books, it's actually repeated 4 times. And the reason why is because Janet Young is using vintage story children's books as her theme this year. So she put it in 4 times. So you get to do 4 different pictures or 4 different pages of your version of a vintage children's book. I am going to get a Mother Goose. I've got a Mother Goose book. And I'm going to do Mother Goose rhymes as my vintage stories. And I'm going to pick out 4 different pages. And I'll try to do something creative with each one. I haven't got that far yet. So I'm going to use a bright green and see if that'll help out in the background. It's confetti. It's confetti. Happy New Year. And I know that most of you already know this, but I just want to say that I'm the luckiest girl in the world, and I hope that you all can say that too with your insignificant others. But Joe and I, we've been married for 25 years, and I'm happy to, proud to say that they've been the happiest years of my entire life. And I hope that we get 25 more. A tip in. Yes, Chris, I would love to explain a tip in. A tip-in is something that you attach to your page with some washi tape, and then you can fold it out and look at it and tip it in. You could tip it out or tip it in. You could tip it up or tip it down. You could tip it you could tip it anywhere you want. It's a tip-in. A tip-in. It could be a card. It could be extended to the page. It could be something that goes with your page that you're working on. It could be a different prompt on a piece of paper, and you just tip it into that page and add to the book. It doesn't have to go with the page. It could be separate from the page. It can blend. It could be. There was one that says, was it add a pocket or add an envelope? You could tip an envelope in and put something in the envelope. There was another one that said hide a message or something of that sort. You could put it inside the envelope and hide a message inside there or something. Make a secret page. Um, Lots of fun things you can do with that. Lots of fun things. Tip in, tip in, tip in, tip out. Um, yeah. Any other questions? Here or there, anywhere. Tip it, tip it. That's right. And washi tape is a good thing to use to put it in with. Hi, Angela. I was talking about you a minute ago. I was talking about some of the happy mail that you sent me in my Christmas card, and those gold medallions, little gold. They're kind of like doilies. I found them. They were in my painting book, and and I had an idea for them. So I'll have. Yeah, it was all good. It was all good. It was all good. So anyway, I'm painting these guys right now. These are New Year's cluckers, the New Year cluckers, and I'm ready to paint them. I did the background, so I'm going to start off. I think I'm going to start off with white. And this is the good white. And I'm going to use my little brush. I'll probably do everything with this little brush. And I'm just going to do kind of like an outline of my birds with the white. She's looking over here at him, and he's looking over there at her. And this is my outline. Believe it or not. And it doesn't matter what it's going to look like right this second because I'm going to add more color. So now I can do him, and he's just a little bit taller than her. It's bigger. He's taller. And I got to do his thingamajig. And they've got this little bit of a space in between them. This space, and that's fine. We can put something there if we want to. We can put a heart or something there. We can. So this is what the bird looks like, and then he's going to have a beak See if I could do the beak a little bit. I am so more confident uh, than I used to be. I'm no problem slapping this down. I have no problem. There's going to be his beak, and his eyes are going to go over here. Absolutely no fear. I used to have to sketch it out and pencil and erase and this goes to show you with practice how you can paint, how we can train ourselves to paint so much more better than we used to. It's just um, it's just it's awesome. It's awesome how we can do this. And I don't mind the outline of this being a little darker because it looks like there is some white showing. I got a fan going on in here, and I'm sweating at the same time. I'm hot, and the fan is cooling me off quite nicely, but it's also a little chilly, but it's not cold chilly. It's cooling me off, but it's making me cough. But that's okay. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there's that. And then I'm gonna do a couple of different layers right through here, and the white is going to help me keep my layers on track. When I start doing my layering with the other colors, you'll see. This is just what they look like. It's what they're going to look like. Okay, so now I get to do the layerings. So I'm going to start with colors. Doing good on time. So I am going to use uh, this color blue. I'm going to use some orange. I am going to use some purple, light purple. I'm going to use some more yellow. I got a different color yellow that I can use. A gold for starters. For starters. Miss Janice, Jan, Janet says, "Thank you, Beth and friends. Take good care." She might have gone on this. On no, she's still in there. Janet says to Tammy. Tammy wanted to know if she got a Christmas card, and their post is so bad at the moment. They have uh, just came out of a strike, and so they have a backup of mail in their. I mean, they are knee deep in mail, if not neck deep in mail that has to get through. So they will get through their mail, but it's going to take a while. So there's going to be a lot of delay. So she might get your card by Valentine's Day. So don't be alarmed. Uh, It'll get through eventually. They're not going to throw it away, but they've just got a lot of mail to go through. So I'm just putting down some of this gold, and we're going to continue to do this with all of the collars that I have out here, and we're going to add some more collars to it, and until we get to the chickens that we desire, till we get what we like. Yes, we will. Layer upon layer. Layer upon layer. And then the last thing we'll do is their crowns and their gobblers. So we'll get there. That's just the first coat of the yellow. And I will probably do yellow again on top because it's a lighter color and the bold colors might take over some of these that I've already got down. And that's okay. But we're just going to do one color at a time, and if we have to repeat a color, that's good. That's a good thing. We can repeat a color. So I need another tissue. So this is going to be a tedious part of the painting, and I'm working as fast as I can. I'm trying to go as fast as I can to get some of this down so you can begin to see what I'm making. You'll get to see it here soon. It's going to take form. Their little bodies are going to take form. Joe's at Walmart, by the way. For those of you that didn't hear him call a little bit ago, he's at Walmart, and he went through the clearance rack aisle. He he knows that I like things that are flat, that'll go flat in the mail for to mail. He said he bought you all some things. He said for you guys. Now it didn't say for me. He bought it for you guys. So we'll see what he comes up with. Some new Happy Meal. New Happy Meal. I probably got enough in the cupboard to last us for 2 or 3 more years. Okay, there's a little bit of purple in the background. I do have the fan on in here, and it does help dry this faster. So that's good. That's a good thing. That's good. Okay, there's a little bit of purple. Okay, let's put the lid back on this one. And these new paints that I have out, they're a new one called AEN Art. They're not they're not my Walmart apple barrel paint. I want to go back to my apple barrel paint. I bought a box of these a couple months ago, and they were like, I don't know, 24 in the box or 30 in the box, and there was so much a piece, and they were probably about 80 or 90 cents a piece, and they're thicker than the apple barrel, and they're a good quality, uh, a good quality paint, a good pigment paint. But I'm so used to the apple barrel uh, being so like ready to paint. It's like the thickness in this is almost too thick, and you need to, uh, depending on what you're doing with it, I guess. Uh, it's just thicker than what I'm used to, and but I think I'm going to go back to my apple barrel brand. I feel like I use too much of this paint, and but it's good paint. It's just thicker. It's just thicker. I feel like I use too much paint, but sometimes that's what it's for, to use. So there you go. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Gotta use it. But I could always add water to it, and all that jazz. But I haven't been. I've been just using the paint, uh, even though it's not the right consistency that I like. But we're managing. So, does anybody have any recipes for some good gesso? Uh, I've had, I've seen recipes before online, and it's basically white paint, glue, a little bit of glue, and some kind of powder like talcum powder or baking soda. You could even use a little bit of grit in it, like sand, uh, if you want more of a tooth to your gesso, because the gesso is a cover up. It covers your page, and it's like a prime. It's like a primer. It covers the base of your page with a thickness, so that with whatever you paint on top of it will stick to it. And it's got to have some kind of a grit to it so that the paint will stick to it. And that's one of the tooth. That's what they call a tooth in your product. And usually gesso, it comes in different colors as well. I've had gray gesso and black gesso, white gesso, and clear gesso. So clear gesso would be a clear glue with some sort of a grit in it, like I would say some kind of a sand. I would think a sand, a real fine sand dust or marble dust even in it would look good. Would be work out good. Um, I know that Rebecca uses marble dust, and you can buy marble dust, and it's not real expensive, and you can get a whole bunch of it real cheap. But then Pam said she made some gesso today, and she used a fourth a cup of baby powder slash or cornstarch. Okay, maybe she mixed it. And then it says a tablespoon of paint and a tablespoon of glue, and then a small amount of distilled water. And she mixed that all up. A tablespoon of paint and a tablespoon of glue. That's not a lot of water. That's not a lot of liquid. But it would probably make up it says if you use a fourth a cup of powder, you would have at least a fourth a cup of gesso, right? Altogether would make a little bit more than a fourth of a cup. So that's about what I would probably do. Yeah, Jessica said she's done it out of a little bit of glue, a little bit of paint, and a little bit of powder. Yep, Pam just used the baby powder. And I think there's a difference between, there might be a little bit of a texture difference between baby powder and talcum powder. Because I think talcum is more of a mineral. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I think I'm getting some shape going on here. Equal parts baby cornstarch powder, okay, white paint, and Elmer's glue. Works pretty well as gesso. A little gritty, but it worked. Okay, okay. If it was a little gritty, I would use let up a little bit on the powders. If it was a little bit too gritty. All right, now come on. It's supposed to be magic now. It's supposed to come together like it's supposed to look magical. And you know we have to go through a little ugly stage first, right? You all know that. I always say you have to get through an ugly stage before we get to the pretty stage. So that's okay. We'll get there. Get through that little ugly stage. And I think I'm almost ready for a smaller brush. And wait till I get their gobblers on top. That'll make a difference. Oh yeah. Just give me a few more collars and we'll have it. We're gonna get it. Hang on. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Because we're going to do more white. I got the good white again. And we're going to do a little bit more lighter, a lighter shade of pink or orange. That'd be perfect. Give you all a little peek of the photo again. Here's what we're working on. So I just got to do. I can do it. I can do it. I'm getting there. They look a little sparse right now. Oh, remember? Yeah. Okay. Some more red. Okay. We can do. I've got some red. Okay. Um, I haven't watched the Eagles for a while, and they're having babies. There's a couple of Eagles over in Fort Myers, and they have an ongoing nest. Harriet is the original female. Her name's Harriet, and she's had several mates. They mate for life. The Eagles do, and but things happen, and circumstances, and sometimes the men, they get sick or whatever. And anyway, she's gone through a couple of men, male birds, and so I'm not sure what number we're on the male, but but it used to be Ozzy and Harriet. But Ozzy passed away. The original Ozzy passed away a long time ago, and so I don't know what number she's on. But Harriet has been a very, very healthy female dominant eagle in that area, and has survived many, many years. I'm not sure. I probably could look up and see how old she is. They live, I think they live 30, 40, 50 years, don't they? The eagles do. I think they do. Um, they live a long time. And the particular area that they live in, uh, is a farm, a horse farm, and their tree is in the middle of the horse farm. And this horse farm, um, is owned, I think, by a real estate agent, uh, company people. Uh, and so they have cameras in the tree of the eagle's nest. They've got several cameras. They've got daytime cameras, and then they have nighttime cameras, the fluorescent red cameras. So there's cameras on all the time on these eagles, and the eagles are used to the lights and used to the cameras, so that it doesn't affect their way of life. And there's several ponds on this farm, so there's lots of uh, they stock the ponds with fish. So there's always fish, and the fields are big. And I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't stock the fields. I don't know how to go about that in a forestry atmosphere, but I'm sure that there are ways that you can stock the fields with by harvesting, or by um, having a like where they raise rabbits and raise rats and raise animals, that they can release on the farm, and it would be good hunting for the eagles. I'm sure that either that or it's just an abundant, lively amount of of for what wildlife is in abundant in this area, that these eagles survive and thrive. So it's really cool. I really can see this one coming along now. So anyway, the eagles have two eggs now. They usually have 2 to 3 eggs at a time, and they do it like twice a year. And I have been watching these eagles for several years, and I haven't been watching them for over the past year at all. I haven't been watching them at all. Kind of, I don't know, been into other things, I suppose. But anyway, there's two eggs, and they're about to hatch, and they've got the cameras going 24/7, waiting for the hatching of these new baby eaglets. And it's not an easy uh, rearing. The eagles, uh, there's lots of things that can happen. Hi, Mindy. Lots of things that can happen to these little eaglets, and and they like I said, they watch them and show everything going on, and it's called, I think it's Southwest Florida is the website. Let me double verify that for you. It's Southwest Florida. Oh, did you see it, Mindy? Well, I thought there was a little tiny chip yesterday, and I said, Joe, that looks like a little pecking hole right there. He says, it sure does. It's a little pecking hole. Oh my goodness. So Mindy's watching them. Let me find them for you. It's and you can go to YouTube and find them. But it's the Southwest FL Eagle Cam live, and they have live. And here's Harriet. There's Harriet. And so this is a live camera, and this is probably, is it nighttime? Let me see if it'll lighten up a little bit. This is probably a live nighttime picture with the lights. So Harriet is sitting on the eggs right now. This is live, and what you hear in the background is the wind and the road. There's an interstate close by, so you hear a lot of rustling from the road. Uh, and this is the real estate people that have all of the camera systems set up and that are over top of this. And the lady, there's one lady, her name is Lady Hawk. She oversees these animals, and if anything is needed for the environmental rangers to come in, she calls them, and they come in immediately with their buckets and their trucks to give any kind of aid to these eagles, because eagles are protected. And so what I like to do is I go back on this video, and I look. This is before sunset. You can see the sun's going down, and you can scoot up a little bit and watch, and she'll get up off the eggs, and then they zoom in on the eggs, and it's so fun to watch. So let me see if I can find the eggs, a picture of the eggs. And I don't know if I'll get in trouble for showing this. Surely not. This is a live feed for the world to view. And but here's a picture of the farm, the horse farm. and they're in a pine tree, and the cameras pan around, and there's the road. You can see the interstate there, and there's a big Walmart across the street. So there's all kinds of. They're protected though. They are protected over here in this horse field. And then back over there is Fort Myers. You can see the sky rise. That's the ocean over there. But here she is fanning out over the eggs. That's how they control the temperature over the eggs. They either close up their wings and contain the heat out. If it gets too hot, they open the wings and allow the wind to come in and cool and keep that temperature high or low. That's how they control the temperature. I love watching them. So you all can do that too. But it's Southwest Florida Eagle Cam. So you'll have to. There's the eggs. I think that's a piece of hay or grass. I don't think that's a crack. I looked at that earlier. It's a piece of straw because it's moving. But they're looking. The camera's trying to zoom in and look for our peephole. But they're going to be coming out within the day or tomorrow. They'll be pecking out of there. And one will come out first, and then the other one will take a day or two to come out. And that's all I'm going to show you right now. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, Teresa. Hi, Teresa. You've been watching them for years. Great. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to use some purple now. I got all excited for that. We're doing good on time. It's just 8:30, so I'm going to try to pull this together pretty soon here. See if I can't get some magic going on here. And there are other videos around the world. There's another Eagle Cam up in Jacksonville, and the eagles are off of the endangered list now. Did you all know that? Little trivia there. They are off of the endangered list. They are abundant down here now. I mean, I'm sure they're still protected, but they're not endangered anymore. And there's eagles' nests out west too in the Rocky Mountains and stuff. Uh huh. And there's a guy also in the Rockies towards Colorado. There is a falconist. Uh, he does any kind of falcon, any kind of eagle or red hawk or uh, the family of. And if there is one that's sick or hurt or injured, he's got his home is like a hospital, a bird hospital sanctuary. And people find them all the time. These birds, uh, if they're injured, he'll take them in and keep them until they're well, till they're healed, and then he releases them back out into the wild. And when he releases them, he makes a ceremony out of it. And usually there are people waiting in line for the ceremony to go with him, and he'll tell them where to meet, and they'll be out on top of a mountain somewhere overlooking the valley where the eagles are usually from, because he likes to release them back to their own environment area. And he will have a little show and tell, uh, question and answer type educational uh, thing going on before he releases the bird back to the wild. And then, if you're lucky, he will let one of the visitors redo the releasing. And it's quite an honor to hold a bird, a wild bird like that, a big bird like that. Usually, it's in a well, he's had I've seen kids do it too, or he will help a child, a younger person do it, and that's fun to watch. I don't have that website, but I could probably find it if anybody's interested. Uh, and he keeps in his home. He keeps uh, a freezer full of food just for these birds, and they're mice and rodents and birds, small animals and things that these birds will eat. And he'll take them right out of the freezer and feed it to them if they're starved, if they've been starved, hungry, if they're hungry, because the food goes into a pouch and they digest the food later. It's not like our stomach. They have a pouch where the food goes into storage and it's broken down. They have their own acid that breaks the food down, and before it's actually digested, it has to break the food down first, and then they kind of regurgitate it like cows do. But it's very interesting to watch these animals, different animal shows, because they all have a history, and they talk about how to handle them. And this one he's a falconist, and he said he's never been clawed or bit, or he's got a calmness about him, and the birds don't fear him, and he's never had anything bad happen, thankfully, because he's not afraid to hold them. He's not afraid to handle them in the proper way. And you still have to be careful. You don't get in their face. You get your face. You don't want your face to be pecked. But apparently, when they're ill, when the birds are ill like that, they reach a point where they kind of give up, and they let, if you're trying to help them, they'll let you help them. And I think some birds, uh, they reach a point where they just kind of want to give up, and that's where this guy takes them into his farm, his sanctuary, bird sanctuary places, and he puts them either with a cage by themselves if they need to be by themselves, or he puts them with another bird. He knows how to wiggle room that all around. So anyway, these birds are coming along. I got to get rid of these white marks here. These. But but if the birds need medical attention, these eagles, they will take them to an animal hospital and treat them with whatever, or they try to treat them in their nest. And there are cases where I've seen babies, and one time Harriet, if she is alerted, if there's a predator that's flying around, she will take her baby and fly away with the baby. And she did that one time a couple years ago, and she ended up, one of her, their talons are so big and strong. She picked the baby up, the baby chick, eaglet, it's an eaglet, and ended up puncturing the eaglet in under the eaglet's arm, and it hit a vein. It hit a major vein, and the eaglet bled out. And there wasn't anything anybody could do about that. The eaglet passed away, and then I think they ate the bird. It's not like they're still scavengers, they're still animals, and it was free food. But could, don't waste. They don't waste their food. They get meat every single day. They get fish. They get some kind of they get a variety of food every single day. They don't eat the same thing. They might eat fish 2 or 3 days in a row, but then they'll get a rabbit, and then they'll get a squirrel, and then they'll get another animal, four-legged animal, and they have a variety in their diet. So it's educational, and it's life, a lot of natural stuff. And every time a little eaglet dies, or if one of the main birds die, the males, there's a little church next door, a little church, and and beside the church lawn there's some trees, and there's a couple of benches that you can they let you park in the church parking lot, and you can sit on the bench and watch the the nest in the tree from afar. You can bird watch. You could bring your binoculars and cameras and things like that. And every time an eaglet dies or anything, they put up a little memorial there on that bench, and they put all these little animals, stuffed toys, flowers, and balloons, and they do the whole memorial thing for that one little bird. That's how many people would watch this. Watch this all the time. Now I'm trying to decide. Oh, you said red. I'm gonna put some red on next, and some of this, and some of this. But it's just interesting to watch what goes on. Yes, it does not waste, and it's nothing. It's it's not it's natural. It's nature, and uh, and if they will leave uh, part of a carcass in their nest, they won't take it away uh, unless it is unedible. But if sometimes they let things rot or marinate. I want to call it marinating. They let things marinate, before they can eat the rest of it. But most of the time, they like their food raw, fresh and raw, and uh, and if it stays there for too long of a time, and you'll see a lot of flies and maggots and things like that. But if it gets to where they can't do anything with it, the birds themselves, they'll take it away. They'll clean out the nest. Same thing with when the babies start hatching. They'll take away the shells, and I don't know that they eat the shells or anything. It would be good calcium, but I'm not sure. But they probably take them away. They want to keep it as clean as they can, so that the predators, you know, they don't want to attract any attention to predators. And if there's another predator flying in the area, oh, they'll have big bird fights, and they'll lock talons and fall to the ground to their deaths. Fighting for their territory. They're very territorial, and eagles, um, they have, I want to say, a 50-mile radius uh, around their territories, and they might be more or less depending on where they are, but they have a radius of how close neighbors are, you know, and they will uh, go after other eagles. Eagles and eagles will fight. So among other birds and hunters out there. So here we are. We're getting a little bit of red in there, and there's going to be more red up when I start doing their thingamajiggies. but this will help get it started. And this is a different shade of red that I'm going to be using for. We'll use a different red for the gobblers. Let's try putting the gobblers in and maybe their beaks, a little bit of their beaks. So I'm going to need the orange back, maybe some of the yellow for the beak. Get the picture back up. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Um, if you guys want to, I know there's a lot of new people that I've just met this past couple of weeks. And if there's anybody out there that wants to put the moderators could help put their channels in. If you say, if you have a channel, type in me, just type in ME, and my monitors might put your YouTube thing in there for us to subscribe and join each other. And I do encourage that. Let's see, I want to go back to my Facebook. So here's what we're getting back to here. So I need to get some lighter colors in there. And I want to get their their red thing up on top. I might even go to a darker red, a crimson red. Oh, I didn't even open this one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Get some new color going on here. This is the best way to open them without flipping flipping the thing in your face. This is it's a burgundy red, but it's on the lighter side. It's got a lighter tone to it. There's Abby barking. It's probably Joe. So let's get this out. Oh, good. Chris is painting. Thank you. And it's so funny. We'll all paint the same thing, but it's different. Mine's unique, and yours will be unique. So I'm going to start painting their crowns, and I'm going to make it thick. This paint is thick. Cock-a-doodle-doo. They're going to be whimsical. And Joe's got a big one up here. This is Joe over here. His is big enough to wave in the air. Woohoo! Wave like you don't care. He's got a big one down here. We'll give him a big one over here. See, they're going to start taking characters now with their. I mean, that alone helps it altogether. That alone is the best. Okay, and he's got one down here, coming down here, a bubble on his nose. They're like moles or something, warts or something. They grow weird on their faces. We'll make hers a little. We'll give hers a little bit cuter. We'll make hers cute. make mine cuter. And then he's got two big ones down here. And I'll put some extra paint on that just for fun. And then we'll do another one over here. Like that. They're whimsical. It's kind of like a barn red. It's not a it's more of a barn red. It's got a little bit of a country look to it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, and she's got two on her side too. So I'm just gonna make hers a little more mine. I'm gonna make mine a little more daintier. This paint is thick. Little teardrops there. I love it. So far, I'm still in the playing stage. I got to get busy. I don't want to use any more of this red on their body because it matches their head. But I'll use what's left on my brush. A little bit there. Then I can put this way. I think that's good. Okay. Now I still wanted. I did the purple. I got to do light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Well, it's been a false alarm because Abby's back in here. I guess it wasn't Daddy. We've had so many trucks. We live on a dead end, and we've got a nice paved road, privately paved, and but trucks do come down our road, and there's a place to turn around out at the end, and they come down here, turn around, and run back out, and there's 18 families on this road, on my road, and so you could get quite a bit of traffic. You can get some, especially delivery stuff, if people deliver anymore. And I order from Walmart all the time, and I order from Amazon all the time, and I've got them on speed dial, so I don't go out if I don't have to. And if and Joe likes to go to Walmart, so he's my Walmart guy. He has to go every other day, or he has issues. He has withdrawals if he don't get to go to walk to the store. He thinks he has to go to the store every day. But it's not necessary. Anybody having any food shortage on milk and eggs? We've had some milk and eggs shortages down here. And there's not much you can do about it because they're perishables. I mean, you can keep eggs for a few weeks, and you can even cold storage them if you have the facilities to cold storage eggs. But we're not used to doing the prepster stuff. And if we had to, we could have chickens where we live. We're in outside of city limits. Joe had to pay. He paid $5 for a gallon of milk the other day. We've got one store down here that I think they take advantage of the elderly. To be honest with you, I think they price gouge, and uh, and there's not much you can do about it. If people buy it, you know, they buy it. We don't have any. We uh, Walmart is like 10 miles away, so we have just little stores. We got Winn Dixie and Publix, and we just recently got an Audie's for our area. But we live in a little town, so it's coming along. A little bit more, a little bit more. I'm not happy with it yet. I'm gonna stay and finish it. I'm not gonna give up. But this was a light beigey collar, peachy shade. Do that one. Now I could try and use this one. This is a that metallic. Oh, it's not silver. It's pearl. Let's see here. I can do the orange again and the white again. And let me try some of this pearl. If I can get it open. It's got a pearly shade to it. Yeah, if we had to, we could have chickens and we could do goats. And you know, goat milk is good. Uh, I've had family members that have had goats before, and my niece had goats one time, and she had fainting goats. They were so cute. They would they'd run through the yard and fall down, fall asleep. They fainted. They'd get so excited they would faint. And I think it had to do with an equilibrium in their brain, a switch. Anyway, she had goat's milk, and she would always take the cream off of the goat milk and give it to my brother, and he would use it in his coffee. He says, "Oh my gosh," he says, "you haven't had a cup of coffee till you had cream from a goat," and he loved that. I don't think she's got him anymore. She got tired of him, but I've got to do their beak yet. That's what I got to do. And you just keep doing. I'm just going to do this until I am satisfied. Until I look at them and they look great. And I think just a couple more layers, and I'll have it made. And this pearl is going to be like an accent and catch some highlights. I got to do their beak and their eyes. Okay, that's good. And I can even do a little bit more highlighting on their uh, gobblers. I call them gobblers. I don't know what they're called. they're they're crowns and gobblers. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, I just started watching them again this last week, and I hadn't been watching them. And there's a I haven't been able to find. There's a chat site where they talk about it and they chat to each other about what's going on. And if you have any questions or if you want to know something, why why is this happening or why don't they do this or that, and they talk about uh, the health and the routine of doing the keep upkeep of everything, and that's how I've learned about them is through the chat. But there's a different chat site and I don't know where it is. Again, I have to find it. But you can also look it up, Google your eagles, and learn about their habitat and uh, stuff. But they they do it. They're self-sufficient. They do everything themselves. Very little. They uh, they do very little interfering. As much as they try not to interfere at all. Only in a dire emergency do they ever go up in a bucket and interfere. Oh, hi, Miriam. Howdy do. So I'm going to uh, get some brown and do their eyes too. While that's drying a little bit, I got that's the base of the beak, and there's a little bit of a shadow on the gobblers, like a highlight, and I can either use a pink or a red to do some of that. And I'm using a pink to give it some depth. Giving it some depth. I'm studying it in depth, as my mother would say. Oh, it really does make it pop, doesn't it? Cool. Cool. Hmm. I can tell. I can tell it's there. And that was pink. I used a honeysuckle pink on top of it, that burgundy. It was like a barn red burgundy. And I want a brown. I'm going to start off with chocolate. Start off with a little bit of chocolate. And we're going for the eyes right now. Now I have to concentrate when I'm doing the eyes so I don't mess it up. But with acrylic paint, all you got to do is let it dry, and then you can redo it if you need to redo it. But hopefully I did it okay. So I got their eyes started, and then I'll put a little black dot circle in there, and then I'll put a white dot for the center. So there's 3 or 4 layers here going on. So I'll put a black layer too. So, and then, um, and then when I do the white dot, I might go with a gesso so that the white doesn't absorb the black when it sits on the black. I have to let it dry. So let's see, have I got enough? I'm thinking it's almost ready. All I have to do is a little bit more on the beak. And I'm not sure if I want to do orange. They have it done in sort of a real pale pink color. But I'm going to try a little bit of orange on the beak first. And we're winding down here a little bit. And I could do a little bit of white on their crown a little bit too. Just to real feathery looking. So I'm just going to try a little bit of a beak marks here. And of course, she's got a smile. And I swear she's got her tongue sticking out. Honest Injun. Oh, I can stick my tongue out. I can do it. And he's got his mouth open like he's crowing or laughing. He's laughing. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's laughing and he's got his tongue in the mouth too. He's laughing. Telling a joke. Telling a joke, I'm telling you. And I'm just kind of playing with it. It's not necessarily what I see. I'm just trying to make it look acceptable. Chicken lips. Chicken lips. Yeah, we're giving Joe chicken lips. So, I'm almost done, guys. We're painting. We like to paint. We like to paint. Just being a kid. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the background. I like when I scraped it with the credit card. I really did good. I'm just laughing at this. Okay, that's about all I can do for that. A bit of highlight there. Okay, that looks good. There's a couple of little red ones there that are taken away from that red gobbler. So I'm just going to darken that one up like that. Oh, this is fun. Fun, fun, fun. You know, you just got to try something like this and just keep at it. And you'll be so surprised and you'll get to a point where you say, "Oh, I better stop. I better stop or I'm going to mess it up. I better stop." So, what do y'all think? Can I stop? What would you like to see me do to it? What can I tweak? I think it's tweaked enough. Finish the eyes. I know fresh eggs would be nice. My sister, every now and then, I do get fresh eggs. My sister works at the school, at the elementary school, and they have a barn with chickens and goats and animals for the kids to learn about. And I think they sell the eggs for $3 a dozen. Oh, thank you. You like it? Another successful painting. Now I probably will go away and do the white in the morning and let this black dry real good. And then I've got a white out marker that I can use and do a glob of paint on the white part of the eye, and that'll make that pop. And I think I'm done. I'm going to leave the mouths and leave everything the way it is. Pretty good for somebody who's never had a painting lesson in their life. Just hands-on experience. I got my paint all stacked up here so I can get to it. So there's Beth and Joe sitting in a tree. Oh, what do you want? What does Marty want? Oh, you want to see Laura's channel? There she. Oh, Janice did it. Yeah, thank you, Janice. Yeah, the blue girls can do that. For if anybody else wants to see somebody else's channel real quick, tell us. Say me, and they'll put your channel in for you for so that everybody can subscribe to you. We pretty much, I think, for the most part, I'd say we're at least 90% prescribed to each other, don't you think? Chris wants hers to be done. Okay. And I think Chris is going to come on Saturday night with me if she's not busy. I can make Chris a moderator since she's been streaming. Chris is in Mexico, and she's quite a techie. I made you a monitor, Chris, so you can put your own in or learn how to do it. Because she knows how to do it. She's very techie. Stitch, okay. And Stitch It is Pam. Is that correct? Am I correct? I've got two of y'all mixed up. One is Stitch It, and one is called something else. It. I got the it's mixed up. Pam. Stitch is Pam. Well, there's another it, and they hang out in Becca's channel, and their name is different. It's not Pam. Stitch it good. That's right. Stitch it good. She likes to sew. And I'm all for everybody. I want everybody to uh, watch everybody. I I I kind of watch a lot of people, but I have to limit myself because number one, I stream 3 times a week, so I am doing things. I am. Uh, I'm painting, I'm making books, I'm doing a scavenger hunt. I'm doing a lot of crafting and stuff. I don't need any more ideas. I don't need anybody telling me what, and that's one of my problems when I watch other people. I want to do it too. So I have to limit myself and stay focused on my art because I do enough. I do a lot of cool stuff, and I've got a big list as long as my arm of things to do in this new year. So I can't watch and do what everybody does, but I do try to peep in on people and try to say a comment and say hey or whatever. And uh, yeah, I get overwhelmed. I do too. Yeah, and I've been doing a lot more streaming with Becca and Dana lately, and we've turned into three amigos. And if you haven't been watching them, we're painting, and we're doing things together, and I'm kind of tagging along, and 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 I have to be careful because I'll get overwhelmed again. But I do try to watch other people and join in comments and stuff. So, but But right now we're doing that hunt, and that, man, I love doing that kind of stuff. But that's all I'm going to do tonight. It is 9:30, so Joe will be home soon. So I'm sure he's gone to the deli. I'm sure he'll be bringing home some chicken or something like he usually does. And if he does, I'm hungry, so that'll be good. So I'm going to take a quick picture of this. I do try to take pictures of everything that I do and post it. I need to um, sign it and date it. And then I go back into where my picture is and I edit. I'm not sure what that is. Here we go. I edit, go into my edit, and I add this picture beside it. And then you'll see both of them side by side. So this one over here is the original, and this one's mine. Pretty good. I'll get those eyes in tomorrow. I got a new, brand new whiteout pen Joe bought me for Christmas. So we'll put some eyeballs, get some pupils in them. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. 30 of you stayed through through it all. That's awesome. Usually I dwindle down and get bored, and everybody wants to get tired. What's the blue and white machine? Well, Marty, I'm glad you asked. That's my Christmas present. I'm not going to do this until those are really, really dry. This is a white pen, a white paint pen, white out. This is called a Spellbinder machine, and it's a die cut machine. And it's got these little dies. I have these little dies, and the little plates that go through. And I put some. I get some. It's 2.5 inches, and I put this down with a die on top of it, and I sandwich it, and I roll it through, and I have little die cuts. So I've been using it. I use it just about every day. It looks like a pregnancy test. Well, I wouldn't know. I've never done that before. I've never seen a pregnancy test. I don't know. No, nope, I'm not pregnant. No, no. So, Angela, good night. But yeah, this comes down and you feed it through to the other side and it rolls out and it cuts the little flowers. Oh, the whiteout. Yeah, no, it's not a pregnancy test. It's a paint pen. No, it's white. It's not pink or blue. So that's it. So Thursday, Becca's going to come on with me, and we're going to probably paint again, and probably work on the hunt some more. And then Saturday, I'm going to have community night. If anybody wants to stream with me, I will put the link in the chat down here in the chat for y'all to link onto, and I can have several people come in with me. So if we get along, we can all stay. If it gets too noisy, I can just say, well, okay, we can only have three. We can only have two. But if everybody is cordial and polite and lets everybody, let people talk, uh, I'll try to interview each one of you as you come in, and then introduce your link. And oh, best paint. Well, I like secondhand stores, Angela. I like Walmart, Apple Barrel. I'm going to say Apple Barrel is probably my go-to acrylic paint. I just recently bought um, this paint, which is AEN. AEN is the name. They're dark. AEN. That's the name of it. Art paint, and it's real thick. And it would probably, you know, it's just too thick for me. I'm used to the Apple Barrel, and I kind of like Apple Barrel is my favorite. I also use watercolors, and I do other products, but that's my go-to. Apple Barrel is probably my go-to paint, and you can get that at Michaels and Walmart stuff. Uh, but I'm an amateur artist. I do mixed media, and I mix and blend, and I mix and match, and I use new and old and up and down and in and out. Anything goes in my craft room. Anything goes. If it works together, it's good. And if it doesn't work together, you just try something else. If you do what you got to do. So I'm not a perfectionist either. Anything goes with me. I can make it work. So thank you, Angela. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just this is it. What you see, and I usually have a picture that I paint by. I go paint with, and I just paint what I think I see, and then I make up a little bit as I go. Uh, some of the girls, I think Becca, she paints what she sees, and she does better than me. Now, I'm just saying, I think Becca does better than me. I think she can paint better than I can. But we all have our own ins and outs, characteristics and things. And some things I do better at, and some things some are good, some are, it evens out. It evens out. And we have fun doing it together. That's the main thing. We just have a lot of fun. So that's all I am going to do tonight. So I'm going to put my lampshade back on. I had it tilted. Turn my lamp off, and it looks good. It looks good, and that's all I'm going to do. That's all I can say tonight. So I will see you guys in the chat room. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and Dana streams at 4:30 tomorrow. I'll probably will be right there in her room watching her. That's about a good nap time, rest time. So Dana will be, and Wednesday morning, Dee Dee will be streaming at 8. She starts at 8:30 in the morning. So if you like Dee Dee Willingham, she's good to watch. I like to watch her. So I'll be in the chat room somewhere tomorrow. So I'm going to say good night. Good night.